Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Textbook Knowledge for Everyday People. Today, I'm going to be discussing stakeholders and stakeholder management. In my typical fashion, I'll be breaking it down into simple terms so that everybody can understand. Now, who is a stakeholder? A stakeholder is anybody who has direct or indirect interest in your business, right? A stakeholder, for example, could be your staff. They have direct interest in the business because it's a form of their livelihood. That is where they go to have their 9 to 5 every day and then they get paid. Another stakeholder would be your customer because you are in business to provide service for a select group of people who will exchange value for money. And so they are vested in the quality of service or product delivery. Another set of stakeholders could be your suppliers, because without these suppliers, you will not be able to get these products. Sometimes they come to service your business in terms of the building or the equipment, or they provide you with the raw materials needed for you to function on a daily basis. Without these guys, you may not be able to go through your production line properly because they directly affect your supply chain, right? Another set of stakeholders, for instance, could also be regulatory bodies. These are the people who set the tone for how your industry is regulated. They are the ones who come to do inspections to see if you are compliant. They are very interested and vested stakeholders because they safeguard the public's perception of quality and quality assurance, right? Media also could be another set of stakeholders because they do articles, they do research, and they follow trends and inform customers about companies that bring value, companies that are putting out fake products, and things like that. So they are sometimes vested. It depends on the sector to which or in which you operate. Now, why is it important for you to understand stakeholder management? Because it's simple, right? If you have some stakeholders that are disgruntled, it could affect your entire business. You know that your board of directors and senior management are also stakeholders because they are vested financially in the business. For them, it's about the profit and the loss story. So fancy you not caring about their investments and what this does to your stake within the job. Do you think you're going to wake up tomorrow and have a job? The answer is simply no. Do you think if your customers are disgruntled and they go to social media and they give you bad reviews, the doors will be able to stay open? The answer is no. Do you think if the press have all these negative feedbacks and they do an expose on your company among other companies that are doing better, do you think this would have a significant impact on your numbers? The answer is yes. So stakeholder management becomes a key piece of the puzzle when running a sustainable business. Now, the next question to me might be, how can I effectively manage my stakeholders? And I think a follow-up question should be, who is the most important stakeholder in my business? Well, I'll answer this question first. The most important stakeholder in your business are your staff because they are vested on a daily basis in the organization's goals, right? And if they don't buy into the goals, if they don't see a future within the company, you can have no business. A lot of business owners make the mistake of assuming that the customer is always more important than the staff. And that is something that I would like you to correct today. Because if your staff down tools and decide not to come into work tomorrow, the doors will be shut, even against your customers, right? So, how do you manage your staff, your employees? Let's start from there. Do you have HR? Do you have policies that protects the well-being of your workers. Now, well-being is not always just financial, but let me speak to financial well-being. Do you care about how much they earn? Do you understand the inflation rates and the way these things affect them on a day-to-day basis? Are they happy to come into work, or they are just coming to work every day because it's just a means to an end? Do you have a long-term plan for them? Do you engage them in activities that actually get them to speak about their future plans and how it aligns also with the goals of the company? Or are they just a tool that can easily be disposed? You need to think about these things. Now, the shareholders, the board of directors, do you think about how their investments will be secured? Do you think about return on investment? Do you have good communication policy? Do they know about what is going on a daily? Do you have plans for sustainability conversations, corporate social responsibility conversations that make the company look good, such so that the investors are happy to reinvest? Do you have communication for the public? How do you get your customers to see transparency within your operations? How do you communicate? What is the frequency? What channels do you use? These are things that you can consciously take note of when engaging in stakeholder management. Now, this video is not expected to be so long. This is just a teaser. So, if you'd like me to continue on this topic, you know what to do. Just inbox me or just leave a comment for the world to see and let me know and tell me what exactly you'd like me to touch on. But like I always say, till we do this again, bye.